Hey everybody, and welcome to or back to my channel, My Kind of Stuff. And today I want to talk about all of the new releases coming out in September that I cannot wait to read. Starting off on September 2nd, we have 3 new releases coming out that I'm really excited for. The first one is By the Horns by Ruby Dixon. This is book 2 in the Royal Artifactual Guild series. Book 1 was Bull Moon Rising, and I really enjoyed that one when I read it. This one says, in a world of magical artifacts and fantastical beings, a woman with a deadly magic secret needs the help of a minotaur she's trying to forget in a sizzling sequel. Um, it, the first one was not my all-time favorite book, but I still really enjoyed it, and I'm curious enough to see how this story progresses. These books are absolutely beautiful. The first one had really beautiful sprayed edges, and I think they're doing a very similar looking edition for book 2. So excited to pick that up when it comes out and have it on my shelf as well. The next book coming out on September 2nd that I'm excited for is Spider to the Fly by J.H. Markert. I have read one other book by this author before that was Sleep Tight, and I absolutely loved it. He writes generally horror slash crime thrillers. And it was a lot of fun. And this one sounds no different. It says true crime author helps in a desperate hunt for a killer in this dark and twisted thriller from a deviously inventive horror author that Peter Ferris calls the clear heir to Stephen King. And that it is perfect for fans of cat and mouse serial killer thrillers and books like The Butcher and the Wren and The Jigsaw Man. I have not read The Jigsaw Man, but I did read The Butcher and the Wren and really, really enjoyed it. The second book, not as much, but I did love the first one, and I've loved Sleep Tight by this author, so I'm really excited to check it out. The last book I want to talk about that comes out on September 2nd is Crazy Spooky Love by Josie Silver. This is book 1 of the Melody Bittersweet series. I think book 2 actually comes out in October. I didn't really look into this much. I'm not sure if this is something that was previously on Kindle and got republished, or what the heck is going on here, or if it just both books are coming out like a month apart. Interesting, but I'm excited to check it out. A plucky medium, her fame-chasing ex, and a handsome skeptic reporter make for a complicated love triangle. And that's before the ghosts get involved. It seems like these are going to be kind of like haunted house sort of stories. Book 2 has a very similar looking cover. I didn't read what book 2 is about, but it seems to me that that's what this series is going to be. And I love a good haunted house. I love paranormal books. So this one mixing like a messy little love triangle rom-com with a haunted house sounds right up my alley, and I'm super excited to check it out for myself. Now, on September 9th, there are 4 more books coming out that I want to talk about. The first one being Picture Perfect by Tessa Bailey. This is book 4 in the Big Shots series, which are all interconnected standalone sports romances. They're not all the same sport either. We've had golf, we've had hockey. We had 2 hockey ones, and now this one is baseball. This one is sort of like an enemies to lovers, fake dating sports romance about a playboy hockey rookie and a disciplined softball pitcher that is completely immune to his charms. I've already read this one. I got an ARC copy through NetGalley. Definitely my least favorite of the series. I think book 1, which was the golf romance, was my all-time favorite. But I really love how interconnected these worlds are, and you get to see bits and pieces of characters from other books, and they all play such a big role in each other's lives. So yeah, really excited for you guys to check this one out, especially if you're a lover of this series already. The next book coming out on September 9th that I'm really excited for is Play Nice by Rachel Harrison. I've read a couple books by this author and have enjoyed them all. I still have quite a backlist that I want to get to still, but this is another that seems like it's going to be a paranormal type setting. It says a woman confronts the demons of her past when she attempts to fix up her childhood home in a devilishly clever take on a haunted house novel. So, y'all know already, this is right up my alley, and I cannot wait to check this one out. Another one coming out on September 9th is Hot Wax by ML Rio. This is the author of Graveyard Shift, which I know was really popular recently. It's another one that I unfortunately have not read, but I have heard nothing but great things. This one says it is a vivid and immersive tale of one woman's reckless mission to make sense of the events that shattered her childhood and who made her who she is. So I believe this one is going to be like a mystery thriller. It's set in 1989. I love books set in the 80s and 90s, so this one sounds like it's going to be right up my alley, have a lot of, like, rock music involved in the story, so yeah, really excited to check this one out. The last book coming out on September 9th that I am really excited to check out is The Honeycrisp Orchard Inn by Valerie Bowman. This is book 1 of the Honeycrisp Orchard series. It says it's for fans of the Lovelight series and the Pumpkin Spice Cafe. I loved the 2 books that I've read of the Lovelight series. The Pumpkin Spice Cafe, I've heard nothing but great things about, but I haven't read it for myself yet, but I really need to pick it up. I think these are like kind of cozy, smutty romance, which sounds really interesting. So I'm excited to read it. I've never read a book quite like these before. Um, it says this cozy and sexy romance follows a young event planner who returns to her family's inn on an apple orchard to help run their harvest festival, only to find herself butting heads with the handsome son of the apple orchard's owner. This just sounds like the perfect way to like introduce fall into my reading. Um, and yeah, I can't wait. It just the cover is so adorable. It looks like a cozy mystery, which I'm not really a fan of, but I'm always a fan of the covers. So yeah, really excited to check out a book like this. I don't think I've read anything that would be considered like a cozy romance before, so I cannot wait. Next up on September 16th, we have No Rest for the Wicked by Rachel Lewis Adams. Um, this one, I believe, is another like mystery thriller set on Halloween. It says in one Halloween obsessed Midwestern town, everyone's on red alert after a local politician goes missing. Little do they know, it's only the beginning. Can we just take a moment to appreciate the cover on this one? Look at all those black cats. As a black cat owner myself, I am obsessed. I have to read it, if for no reason other than the cover alone. Um, I think this one's going to be another more like crime thriller where we're sort of investigating what's going on in this small town. And I love the fact that it's set around Halloween as well, is really fun. I think this is going to be a great one to pick up. And again, get those spooky season vibes flowing. And then we have a few books coming out on September 3rd that I am really excited for. The first one is We Love You, Bunny by Mona Awad. This is kind of, it says it is both a prequel and a sequel to Bunny, which is the first book in this series. I loved Bunny so much. It was so dark and disturbing and weird and like fantastical. So I cannot wait to pick this one up and kind of see where these characters go from here. It says, we embark on a wickedly intoxicating journey into the heart of dark academia, a fairy tale slasher that explores the wonder and horror of creation itself, not to mention the transformative powers of love and friendship, Bunny. I cannot wait. Like, this is probably one of my most anticipated reads of the year. Um, Gosh, yeah, I read Bunny a couple years ago and I still cannot stop thinking about it. So I am really, really excited to get to this one. Another book coming out on September 3rd that I am super excited for is Tourist Season by Bryn Weaver. This is book one in the Seasons of Carnage trilogy. And it says that Taurus Season is a darkly funny, slow burn, enemies to lovers romance where destruction and desire are balanced on the edge of a blade, and where love is the most dangerous battleground of all. It says, welcome to Cape Carnage. Visit once, stay forever. So this sounds like it's going to be kind of like small seaside town, which is, not very typical setting, I feel like, for dark romance. I believe our female main character in this one is a gardener, kind of like well renowned for her flower beds and such. And our male main character is at this Cape Town on vacation. He is the tourist and he is there for some revenge. So this one is going to be such a great time. Bryn Weaver does such a great job with these dark rom-coms, so I can't wait to check this one out. Next up on September 3rd, we have Spread Me by Sarah Gailey. This one says that it is a darkly seductive tale of survival. After a routine probe at a research station turns deadly when the team discovers a strange specimen in search of a warm place to stay. I believe this one might also be considered a novella. I believe it's like right around 200 pages. It's fairly short, but this kind of sounds like it's going to be like a sci-fi-ish horror thriller. And I generally really enjoy those. I haven't read a ton, but the ones that I have read, I've pretty much liked all of them. I have read a few other books by this author before as well and enjoyed all of them, so I'm excited to check this one out too. And then we just have two more books that I want to talk about, both of them coming out on September 30th. The first one being Soul Searching by Layla Sage, which is going to be book one in the Sweetwater Peak series. And this is a paranormal romance. It says, home is where the heart is, and this one is haunted. This author wrote the Rebel Blue Ranch series that I absolutely adored. So I'm excited to check out a new series by this author that also involves some paranormal elements because, as we've seen on a theme here through most of these books, they are all paranormal. This story features a small town upholster in need of a fresh start, a photographer whose life has come to a screeching halt, and the supernatural forces that bring them together. Also, this is another one that I am just obsessed with the cover on. I don't know what it is about it. It kind of is giving those old school paranormal vibes, and I'm obsessed. And I cannot wait to check these out because I just know they're going to be a great time. And last, but certainly not least, we have Burning Daylight by Emily McIntyre. This is going to be book one in the Defying the Stars series. I believe this one is a Romeo and Juliet retelling, and Emily McIntyre is the queen of retellings. Hooked is one of my all-time favorite Peter Pan retellings, and she's wrote so many books that I really, really enjoyed. So I cannot wait to check this one out as well. All right, guys, those are all the books releasing in September that I am super excited to get to. Let me know down in the comments below if you plan on checking out any of these books or if there's anything that I missed that you think I might be interested in, because as you know, I'm always looking for more books to read. If you're new to the channel, make sure you subscribe so you don't miss any future content. Give the video a thumbs up on your way out, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Bye.